Suppose this is Taylor, and I'm doing a Would You Rather because it's been a few days and I feel like it, so get at me. I'm just kidding. You guys tend to like these. If you do enjoy them, it's really fucking easy to just leave a rating. Like Jesus, come on, throw me a bone here. You can even favorite it if you want, But I always ask for that stuff, and people get irritated by it. But what they don't realize is it really doesn't help me very much. You have to hit a threshold of likes and favorites to really do anything. So when a big channel like White Boy asks for likes and he gets 30,000 likes, that helps him a shit ton. Unless I get like 10,000 likes, it's not even going to do a little bit of anything for me. It's more just to kind of hope that one day maybe we'll get there, and so I just ask until then, and maybe someday, but most likely not. So prove me wrong. Anyway, I've already wasted almost a minute, like 45 seconds. I don't want to make myself sound too bad, but let's get into this. Would you rather? First one. Kill yourself, or all right, coming out of the gate strong, or push a button and have a random 10,000 people die. All right, well, this is one of those questions where, yeah, I think there was one I did a few episodes, or like not a few episodes, one of the beginning episodes where it was like, would you rather kill yourself or your sibling? And way more people said they'd rather kill themselves. But in this same scenario, this is even worse than that. And still, I'm a human being. My number one priority is survival. I want to survive. And if that means killing off 10,000 other people, I don't want to say I would do it, but I would probably end up doing it after it was like they like bring the guillotine out. I don't know why that was the first implement of death that I chose to use in this scenario, but they bring the guillotine out and they're like, we're going to kill you, we're going to chop your head off, Taylor, and then throw your head to your family, which I guess that grotesque little bit at the end isn't necessary, but whatever. So I really just think I would do that. I would just be like, 10,000 people randomly, just click it, just bang, just one little button. I don't have to see anyone. They're probably all, I'll just convince myself that they were all sick and dying or diseased anyway, or, just living a terrible life, or just 10,000 people like on their deathbed. But I can't really use that scenario because that's taking a cheap way out. But honestly, I really don't know. I really wish that I would have the moral resolve to just kill myself in that situation, but, I'm human, and I'm going to admit that I would probably end up just pressing the button. Alright, good. This makes me feel a lot less bad about myself. 49% said press the button, and 51% are lying to themselves on the internet. But, I think it also helps just kind of the psychological aspect. Like, for example, people tend to spend a lot more money when they're using credit cards as opposed to cash, because there's not that tangible exchange of the green and your Benjamins, and you don't have to watch the actual money leave your hand into the possession of someone else. Similarly, if you're not, like saying if it said like either kill yourself or go on a rampage where you kill 10,000 people with a blunt hatchet, that would be entirely different, just because that you'd be the one doing the deed. And so I think that's important to take into account. It doesn't make it any less reprehensible, but still, give me a break. Would you rather lick peanut butter off of a hobo's foot, or lose $250 in the stock market? What if I wanted to pay $250 to lick peanut butter off of a hobo's foot? How do you guys know there at yourather.com? How do you know this isn't, one of my fetishes, huh? You don't know anything about me. I may like feet. I may like peanut butter and feet, and maybe I have a thing for homeless people. Would that be a problem for you? Are you offended by that? Is that an issue? Intolerance out the freaking waz on this question. Jesus Christ. But seriously though, I don't like feet. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much right now, but I know that a lot of people, based on various internet websites, that a lot of people like feet a lot, and I never really understood that. But as is becoming my saying, to each their own. But I would definitely rather lick the peanut butter, because $250 is a lot of money. I'd much rather have the $250, and I don't have any money in the stock market right now, and so I can't really say that. But if I did have that money in the stock market, I would rather lick peanut butter off of a hobo's foot. And the way I would do it is I would kind of lay down a foundation of peanuts with crunchy type, like Peter Pan crunchy peanut butter, lay down the foundation of the crunchy bits, and then put creamy peanut butter on the top, and then just lick off the creamy part. So it was like I was licking really, really close to his foot, but not quite. Now that's science. So I'm gonna pick that option. Really, 18% of people said they would rather lick the peanut butter, as opposed to 82% who would rather lose $250. What kind of spoiled brats, like all these first world people? Think about this for a second. If there was a homeless dude holding his foot out and it was slathered in peanut butter, and he like held it up to like a bunch of starving people in Africa, they would be like fumbling over themselves to get to that peanut butter. They probably wouldn't be licking it off because that's a bit savage, but they would probably reach over there and grab it and start gobbling it down right off his foot. And we here are so disgusted by the idea that we could eat something off of a gross surface that we would rather lose enough money for that same family. If they had $250, they would they would, without a doubt, like they would eat the homeless person's foot for $250, and thank him for the privilege. Like that's what it would be. So a little bit of a first world wake up right there. You guys should all feel guilty if you disagreed with me on that. All right. Would you rather have your hands switched for dustpans or be sweating jam instead of sweat? Who in their right mind would pick dustpans for hands? I mean, I use my hands all the time. Like they're probably my most used body part, with the exception of one. But they're very very important. And it's what's the benefit of a dustpan? Every single thing I do in life would be horribly maimed with that. Like every encounter with any person ever. Dustpans are pretty big. You couldn't find some weird sort of gloves, and they're not made of metal, so you can't go on some sort of supervillain binge or anything like that. Whereas sweating jam, I'm sure there are a lot of lovely ladies out there who would love to come lick jam off of me at every time, and maybe depending on the body part, like maybe I got some strawberry going on my left arm and a little bit of grape in my armpits, stuff like that. Maybe, there's a lot of potential there. So I'm going to go ahead and say before I even click that if you do not agree with me on this one, if you pick dustpans instead of sweating jam, then you are fundamentally retarded. And I dare you to give me a reason why dustpans are better. Because you know what? You can't. You can't. It's like arguing physics, man. You can't disprove it, brah. Unless you're gonna do something really gay, like, well, your pores would clog with jam and you die. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. Obviously, that's part of the scenario, and your body would somehow adapt to this ridiculous mutation in jamminess. So I'm gonna click the jam one. All right, 81% of people in the world. I'm going to use this as a study of people worldwide. That's not very kosher, but whatever. 81% agree with me, and 19% should be in an asylum somewhere, or they're either in an asylum already, or they have their arms tied around their back and they're being fed porridge by an old woman in some sort of nursery. I don't know. So maybe not nursery. Is that what they call the old folks' homes too? Old folks' nurseries? They probably shouldn't do that. That's pretty insulting. But anyway, on to the next one. Glue your eyes shut with super glue or spill hot glue all over your naked lap. This is just another one of those things where it's like, lap, that's kind of a vague term. Does that mean just over the tops of my legs, or does it mean on all of my manhood and whatnot? I'm going to assume that means my manhood and whatnot, because that would make it a lot worse, and it's more difficult that way. Actually, no, it's not. I would rather glue my eyes shut with super glue and then just go to the hospital and get one of those special, I think they have like little pieces of tape with kind of diluting strip. I don't know what it is, but it gets that shit off. And obviously be miserably painful, and if I got any in my eye at all, I'd probably go blind. So I had to be very, very careful when I was mutilating my own eyes there. But it's either that or have permanent burns on all that shit down there. Because like hot glue, I'm no hot glue expert, but I'm pretty sure that it's really hot. I'm pretty sure it's very hot. Hot enough to burn you, So I'm going to have to say, Jesus, this is actually really difficult. Because I use my lap quite a bit. I have a laptop. I'm using it right now, and I have eyes, and I use them very often. I'm using them to read the questions. So this is phenomenally difficult. Nope. You know what? I was right the first time. Not gonna. It's like a test. You have to take that first answer and then just go with it. Don't double guess yourself or second guess yourself. I'm gonna go with glue your eyes shut because they can take care of that. All right, 21% agree with me and say glue your eyes shut. Apparently they didn't know that we got mo-fucking science up in this bizitch, and then we can just get that shit taken off. It's all better. It's all great. It's all kosher. I don't know if I'm shortening the word kosher. It doesn't even fit in any of these things. I guess I just like it. It's just the hard shh in the middle makes me happy. But the second part, why would 79% of you pick spill hot glue all over your naked lap? I'm pretty sure that would be hot enough to like permanently disfigure all of your organs down there and just like burn right through the top layer of skin. They'd be peeling it off later, and it's not like as extreme as super glue, so there's probably not like a solvent or something you can use. They just have to peel it off and take the first few layers of skin with it. You're looking at an ugly situation, bro. You didn't think this through, brothers. And sisters, I use the plural form of sisters out there, pretty generously because this is the internet and there are no women on the internet. But anyway, that's all I've got to say for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a rating. If you didn't, feel free to thumb it down because, hey, don't give a shit. It's all the same. But that's it, and I love you.